Friends, before we dive into today's terrifying story, let me share something interesting with you. Almost 80% of the people who watch our videos enjoy them, but haven't subscribed yet. So, if you're one of those 80%, it'll just take a second. Hit that subscribe button below. What if the doll you loved most was the very thing that wanted to kill you? This is the chilling tale of Sabrina, a gift meant to bring joy, but instead unleashed unimaginable horror. A birthday present turned into a nightmare. A game with the dead opened the wrong door, and a little girl's life was never the same again. This is not just a story about a doll. It's a curse that refuses to die. England is famous for its beauty and elegance, but hidden behind that beauty are some terrifying secrets most people don't know. In the city of York, a man named Dave Waltham lived with his wife Sophia and their 9-year-old niece Lacey. After Lacey's parents died in a tragic accident, Dave and Sophia took her in, raising her like their own daughter. They loved her dearly, but Lacey was still deeply broken from losing her parents so young. To cheer her up, Dave and Sophia gifted her a beautiful doll on her birthday. That doll's name was Sabrina. At first, Lacey liked the doll, but her sadness never left. She still missed her parents terribly. One of her friends, Donald, who came to her birthday party, knew why she was so sad. That's why he brought her a strange gift, an Ouija board. He told Lacey that with the board, she could call her parents' spirits. That night, after the party, Lacey hid in her room and began using the board, calling her parents again and again. At first, nothing happened. But then, she heard someone whispering her name. She turned around, and standing there was her mother. Lacey's heart filled with joy. She introduced her mother to the doll, Sabrina, and started talking to her. But suddenly, her mother warned her that Uncle Dave was coming toward the room. Terrified, Lacey begged her mother to leave and promised to call her again the next night. The following evening, as soon as night fell, Lacey brought out the Ouija board once more. She felt her mother's presence again, but when she looked around, no one was there. Then suddenly, something grabbed her leg and pulled her toward the bed. She screamed in terror. When she looked, she saw her mother again. But this time, her face twisted, transforming into something demonic. Terrified, Lacey shut her eyes and screamed. When she opened them again, her mother was gone. The only thing under the bed was the Sabrina doll. Her screams brought Dave and Sophia rushing in. They saw the Ouija board on the floor. Dave panicked. Before Lacey could close the session, he grabbed the board and threw it out of the window, slamming it shut. He began shaking as if some old memory had returned. Quickly, he called his friend, a paranormal expert. But before the friend could arrive, a loud knocking came from the window. Dave, Sophia, and Lacey looked up and saw the Ouija board trying to force itself back inside. Suddenly, the Sabrina doll moved on its own toward the window. The board fell to the ground outside. Then, the doll turned its head unnaturally toward Dave and began laughing. The doll rose and charged at Lacey. Dave and Sophia grabbed her and ran downstairs, hiding in the kitchen. But Sabrina wasn't done. They saw her crawling down the stairs upside down, her glassy eyes fixed on them. She grabbed a knife from the counter and began searching. Just then, Dave's paranormal expert friend arrived. He began chanting, and the doll suddenly froze and collapsed. But as Dave approached the doll, Lacey screamed. The evil had left Sabrina and possessed Sophia. Sophia's face turned pale, her eyes black. She grabbed Lacey by the throat, laughing hideously, as if the demon itself was speaking. The house shook with her screams. Dave broke down, crying, begging the spirit to let them go. But his friend acted quickly, placing a powder on Sophia's forehead. She fainted. The expert performed a ritual and took the doll away. By morning, Sophia awoke, unaware of what had happened. Dave told her everything. For a few days, life returned to normal. But soon, Dave began to change. He would see Sabrina everywhere, in every corner of the house. She would just stand there, smiling, laughing. One day, unable to take it anymore, Dave went mad and hung himself. After that tragic night, Sophia took Lacey and moved to London, never to return. But even today, the cursed Sabrina doll is said to bring death and madness to anyone who keeps it. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.